Hey everyone, thank you for being here. I need my friends today. Oh my gosh. I have literally been working on this piece for 3 days now, and I cannot decide what I want to have on it. I am so wrapped up in this that I can't think straight. Let me show you. You see all this mess? I've tried all of these things, not this. Let's get this guy out of here so I don't lose him. I have tried all of these bits and bobs and flowers and colors and laces and things from, yeah. I mean, I've tried all of this stuff. I'm driving myself insane. So let me tell you my thought process. I finally, sorry, just trying to adjust the camera. Okay. I finally finished the greenery and I'm like, I need to move on. I need to move on. I'm taking this out because it's the only one I have and I can't do the other flowers in it. Let me move my pins before I end up with stuff that's sharp and hurtful flying all over the floor as I move this piece around. Okay. So I cut down the sides. I cut down the bottom. And I have not cut down the top yet, simply because I know I need to have some hanging space. I really could just cut it down right now, but I'm just going to clip it up at the moment. All right. And I'm also going to apologize in advance if my stomach makes a bunch of noise. I've been having some acid reflux issues the last few days, and I don't know what's causing it, and it's been really bad. So, okay. Alrighty, and I hope you're all well. So let me get all of that said. I really do hope you're all well. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now, so I do hope you're all well. Okay, so my thought process is the more things I put around here, the more I have to embellish, right? I have to embellish it. I have to embellish the butterfly, the bird, the bee, the hive, the other butterfly, the birdhouse, the fencing, all of that. Plus, I still need to do some writing. So, all that being said, I do have to finish the flowers here. I have these and these. And then I decided, I think I've 100% decided I'm good with this cotton, silk, and a little yo-yo right there, turned upside down. It doesn't look like a yo-yo because of how I tacked it down. So it's not perfectly round. It used to be. It's not anymore. This is just fabric that I gathered up and I'm putting it over that flower there. I just wanted some dimension to this piece, and I had gone digging in my little bucket where I'm keeping my extra stuff for this project. Like here are all the beads and laces and stuff like that, and ribbons. Ooh, hold on. So, oh, it's the same one. Look, it's the same one. Isn't that funny? Okay. And I had ruffles, and this one was enough that I could turn it in a circle and make a flower out of it. This one is not. I have some other things that are kind of cool in here that I may pull out. I had a ton of these in yellow and blues and stuff like that. Okay. So, I know I sound a little hyper this morning. I'm really not feeling that way. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to make a decision and start tacking it down and stitching it. And I literally had a whole bunch. This is not pinned, so it's shifting. I literally had everything around the border before I clipped off all this extra fabric. I had everything around the border set, and then I started tacking. I had tacked all the way up to here. Then I took it all out because I felt like this was too much white. I'm going to try and tone it down with yellow seed stitching, but I don't know that that's going to help. I am going to do the black outlining first because I like the grayish, blackish color to this. Probably won't be black, probably be more of a charcoaly gray kind of color. I like this. I really, like, I don't want to not do this part. I love the birdhouse. I love the fencing. I love the flowers coming up behind the fencing. I could have carried the fencing across, but I felt like that was not really what was meant to happen. So I decided to try and find some crocheted trim, lace, whatever you want to call this stuff, and put this on. And then I was still struggling. And I thought, okay, why am I struggling? Well, this piece was still too long. And I think it still is a tad too long. There's a piece right here that shows. And I did trim the corner off. I'll just trim the rest of the corner off. I'm afraid if I make it too short, well, that's not true. If I made it like that, I think it looks more like a fencing. So I don't know. I could move everything up just a nudge. I could nudge this up. Just give it a nudge. That's New York talking there. A nudge. Just the teensiest bit up. And they are mowing out on the golf course. Every day they mow the golf course. This particular hole. I can't figure it out. Anyway, this is not sewn down yet. It's just tacked. So see, I have to cut this corner here or put a little piece of lace or something behind it. So I figured if I turn the camera on, maybe, just maybe, I will decide on something and just start stitching it. Yeah, I'm hoping that you guys push me over the edge and that I don't know, does that look okay? I think that looks okay. And that I just start going. I mean, like, if I have to work on this for the next 3 months and it's not done at the... Martha, find. You had 2 there. That's why you had a problem. Goofball. Okay. If this is not done by the end of August... Sorry, Corinne. It'll be the only one that went over. But I really like this fence and I want to try and make it work. But when I took pictures of it, it was like blaring white, blaring white, blaring white. And it just kind of sent me over the edge on my OCD of trying to make it look perfect. Now, I am trying desperately to decide which side is up. And it's really hard with crochet because as you crochet, you get to the end, you turn the piece. So both sides can look correct. This side, I don't know if you can see, this poofs out a little and it sinks in there. This looks like the back to me. So I'm going to put this side up. Sometimes it's the most minute detail that gives it away. Okay. I've had this up here. I had it down here. I had it up here. I had it down here. I had it up here. I had it down here. 3 days. 3 days. That doesn't include this morning when I've already worked on it for probably half an hour and I thought, just turn the camera on and commit. Just do it. And you can see I have a bunch of buckling here, so I'm trying to cover it up under this. So, all right, I'm going to make a commitment to tear this right here. I'm kind of done with all this extra length. Oh gosh. And I'll tell you what happened when I'm done gritting my teeth about trimming this. Okay, trimming it, ripping it. All right, so what happened was I realized with my sides, as big as they were, because this was going to be my big piece, but it was way too big to fit on this. This is the maximum size that I can make this. Yeah, so if it's hanging up here, you know, when I fold this over and sew it, stitch it so that it's hanging, this is the maximum size. And it was like, I took this much off each side and I took like this much off the bottom. I'm like, no, it's not going to be that big or that embellished because I'll never freaking finish it. I got to get it done. I want to get it done. Okay, so I have this blank space over here now. I do have another birdhouse. I don't think that's the right thing to put in there. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's too much. It's just too much with the two birds on either end. What do you think? I think it's too much. I think it's time to move on. I have this little snippet here that I thought about putting down. It's just subtle. It's yellow. It's crooked. I thought that would be okay. And then maybe a little, that's too big, a little piece of lace or something here. Oh my gosh. It's been like, do I want these? No, I don't like those. I have this weird little flower I made, but I feel like it's too shabby for this piece. Yeah, I've been so indecisive about it. And as soon as I think I've decided on something, I'm just looking for something to put in that corner there. Then I come back either later that day or the next day and I'm like, no, nope, don't want that. I ended up not wanting to use the honey pot. I feel like those don't belong. I don't know. I could put the honey pot in this corner and it sort of offsets this hive up here. Oh, maybe I should do that now that I'm looking at it. But then I had it surrounded by all of the other flowers, you know, these guys here. And I just felt like they stuck out like sore thumbs. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like that it didn't blend enough. So I do kind of like the honey pot there and sort of brings the flowers down here on the ground. So let's see what that looks like. See what I mean? I'm like, this is it. Nope, maybe not. I just keep changing it. So if I put that there, and then I put just like 1.5 of those there. I could just put the honey pot under the flowers and kind of do that. And then I wouldn't have to embellish those flowers. I don't know. Golly gee whizzikers. But I gotta have it so I can start tacking it down. I really need to just get on with it. Just get on with it. You know what I mean? Like, just, for heaven's sakes, Martha, just get on with it. Move this up a little bit. Can't move it up because the letters are there. I can't cover up the letters. Oh my lordy. Maybe that doesn't belong there. I don't know. I just keep changing it around. Like, I want less things to embellish. Now I have another thing to embellish. I don't want that there. I just don't know that I want that there. I like the beehive. So I think maybe I'm just going to, I don't know. I don't want the whole side to be lace, on the other hand. Like, if I do that there, there's not enough background to embellish the butterfly well. So I think what I'm going to do, looks like the bird is pooping flowery lace. That's the kind of mood I've been in with this. It's just like, what else can I do to mess it up? Oh my gosh. I still feel like this is blaring white, and that's why I'm offsetting it with this white. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm just going to... I wish I had done better with this. I should have tacked all this fabric down before I started stitching it, and now it's all bubbly, but it's for me, so it's fine. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Everything's okay. It's just for me. Use your fingers, Martha. I don't have fingernails, but use your fingers. All right. Now, I just need something on this side to sort of carry the theme through. No, not that. Do I want some more of this? If I do, I'm going to have to find a bigger piece. What else can I put up here? Oh my goodness gracious. So, comment below. I'm just not... I mean, I took my other bird off because I thought 2 birds, that's a lot. I had another really pretty butterfly, but I don't want all these butterflies like why would that big of butterfly be under that little tiny beehive? Makes the beehive look tiny. Yeah, I don't know. Whoops, there goes the frame. I have this piece. I could carry this down here, but then what will I put? I can't just leave that blank fabric. I've got to have something there. Do I put some yo-yos? Like, do I make this look like maybe it's a flower coming out? I don't know. All right, for now, I don't know. Let me pull this out. I have this box. I have this like netting that I made into a flower. Do I put that over here? I thought about putting it there, but I thought, doesn't really cover it well, and I don't know that it works much, but it could go there. Yeah? No? Maybe so? I think it's kind of interesting. Maybe put that there. Sort of helps carry the white up, so it's not all white at the bottom. And this is going to be white. This is going to be white silk ribbon. And I think this one's going to be pink silk ribbon. Let me see, what else do I have? That won't work. I had something else in here. No. That looks weird. I have some of this. I feel like I'm like trying to frame the bottom of it in white, and that's not really what I'm going for. I'm just trying to subtly carry... I'm not being very subtle at all. I don't know who I'm fooling. Oh my gosh. Good golly. All right. I mean, I have some of this, but I don't feel like that blends right. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just tack this down for now, get it on there straight, tack it down for now, and then I can decide what to put over it later. Maybe that's what I just need to do, is just start tacking. Know what I mean? Like just start. And then the rest of it will come to me, I hope. Or maybe any of you might have suggestions. I don't know. So yes, I hope you're all well. I don't know if you have put up with any of the heat wave that's going around the eastern part of the US. I don't know what it's doing out west. I think it's supposed to get hot in the next couple of days. I think Robin and my other friend Jennifer, who does not watch my channel, she's in California. Robin's in Oregon, and I don't know. We'll leave that out and see. These are all my options for what I have. I mean, I could still put that there. I don't know if it... Tell me if you think this little snippet goes. Yes or no on the snippet. Just snip it, yes or no, please. And we'll return to that in a future time. Oh, lucky you people. You'll never come back and watch me again, I imagine. Anyhow, that's what I'm going with. The pink butterfly, I feel like, is way out of the blue, but it's staying. Whether it stays pink or not is a whole other discussion. It could be another color in the future. Is that tacked? That is not tacked at all. I know it's gonna wiggle jiggle around. All right. What do you think? Let me know. The white at the bottom is too blaring, just gaudy. But like I said, I think what I'm going to do is do the charcoal, and then these like areas here where I can't really cut much more around it, and like in between the fence posts and stuff, I think I'll do little yellow seed stitches. I think I've seen Corinne do it, and I've not mastered that technique yet. Seed stitching, yes, but making something blend in like she does when it's different background fabric just has not worked for me up to this point. I don't know if these leaves look weird up here. Let me know that too. Do you think this leaf looks weird? I'm covering up a bee. It's because I didn't want to do the bee. See, the bee sticks out. But I could probably maybe manage to do this and still cover up the bee and the flower that's sticking out below it, because this is one of those flowers that I didn't want to follow the... I don't want to thread paint it. I thread painted this one. I really like it, and I love this sparkly bee. I have to admit, I'm not crazy about this orange for summer, but it's sort of... I wanted to go with bolder colors. So this silk ribbon that I colored, I'm not crazy about, because to me it's not bright enough. So that's where I'm going, like this sort of blends with this, but this is brighter. That's where that's coming from. And this is brighter. And this is going to be white. So I had my what am I thinking? I had my silk ribbon. I had a little piece cut off. And now, is that it? Nope. Because I've thrown stuff down here. I mean, I have even more pieces down. Just get the silk ribbon out. Oh no, there it is. Oh, there's the piece that I pre-cut. I don't want to cut the pieces too big because this is double fabric. Oh my gosh, just get the mess out of the way. This is double fabric, and it will tear up this silk ribbon. So I am trying to be cognizant of that. Alrighty. So we've had, the last 2 days were somewhat bearable. I already have the knot in this one. Hold on one second. I'm gonna let some light in here before it gets too hot. It's morning. I usually don't film till afternoon. And remember, comment yes or no to this snippet here. I'm going to pin it for now. I am going to pin it for now. Not I'm gonna. I don't know if it's too grungy looking to use in this piece. But summer can be bright and very deep dark colors, jewel tones and stuff like that. But right now we're having a heat wave. And it can also be very, like the grass gets all dried out and brown and flowers sort of start to wilt because we're not getting a lot of rain. We did get a couple rains. That was nice. I don't know if this ribbon is going to cover these leaves. I have a feeling I should be doing this ribbon and doing something in ribbon, not do this ribbon, but do this in ribbon. Hold that thought. See, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. Oh, well, I'm going to give it a shot. Let's go, Martha. Let's go, Martha. Oh, okay. Well, that knot did not hold. Try again. Interesting, since I have double fabric here, I thought that would definitely hold. Nope. All right. Do you ever get the feeling that somebody's trying to tell you, don't do it because it's not going to work? Yeah. I'm distinctly getting those feelings at this moment. Like, don't bother. It's just not going to work on that one. Go do the other one. Oh, come on. I'm failing. I'm failing miserably here. I'm just trying to make this knot bigger. If this doesn't work, then I'll try another method. All right. See, everything's telling me to go over and do this one in the white. Maybe that's what I need to do. Let's see how this goes. Actually, and the other thing I want to do is I want to try it backwards from this one. This one I went where the points are on the ends. This one I want the points to be in the middle, the center. All right. Now, and if you haven't been here before, this silk ribbon I bought from Dharma, D-H-A-R-M-A, trading company. It's in California. And you get this spool. They have different widths. This is SR7 on there. And it's 100% silk. And you can color it with a variety of dyeing techniques. So, and it also depends on whether you want to wash what you're going to use it on whether or not it works very well as far as how to keep the color. I feel like I did not come out far enough because I was busy looking at the silk and thinking about the silk. Pull that back out. The good part about this is it's really easy to thread through a needle with a big enough eye. So just get a chenille needle that has a sharp point on the end. There we go. Pay attention, Martha. And I don't want to pull real tight either, because then it does, this ribbon folds up and kind of collapses on itself really easily. See, I want it to stay thicker, but if it doesn't, I'll go around twice if I have to. I mean, I spent the money on the ribbon. All right, I'm going to come out here. That mower is making a ton of noise. Don't pull tight, or you pull that one too tight. I'm going in here. I mean, they'll spend 2 hours mowing that thing. It's just totally ridiculous. It's not that big of an area. Just snug it up. Lay it down. Go where you want your point. So yeah, anyway, back to the conversation that I was trying to have before I rudely interrupted myself. Squirrel. We've had some really hot weather, like in the 90s, heat index over 100, and that's Fahrenheit. If you couldn't tell, I'm from the US. And double checking my back. And then we had 2 days where there was very little humidity. Like some of the 90-degree days, we didn't have much humidity, but then it got really, really humid. So that's when the heat index goes up. The humidity makes it feel a lot hotter than the actual air temperature is. And like, it's the kind of air that you go outside and it just sucks the wind out of your lungs. And so I don't do well in that weather. I'm sure a lot of people don't. I'm not the only one. And I stay in. So we had 2 pretty nice days where it wasn't really awfully, oopsies. Well, I pulled that tighter than I wanted, but it actually did okay. 2 days where it did not get into the 90s. It stayed in the 80s, the low 80s, and the humidity stayed relatively low. It was under 50%. It was in the 40s, which is still humid. I mean, let's face it. But I feel like come on now. But I'm happy to get moving on with this. Anyway, so we went out those 2 days and did some running around. We have to take our camper van out at least once a week and drive it, keep the engine, from going bad. So we did that yesterday, and we went to the library for Tony to get another book. My husband, who never, ever picked up a book in like 47 years, all of a sudden has become an avid reader. So, I don't know. I don't know if he actually absorbs any of the stories but now and then, he was buying all these used books from the library bookstore and other bookstores that were selling used books. And because books are just so expensive. I'm going to untwist I don't want this to have all this twist in it. Books are so expensive. I mean, the authors deserve the money, but holy mackerel, you're talking $30 for a hardcover book. So yeah, not in our budget. So I'm like, why don't you just borrow books from the library? And he's like, I can't read a book in 2 weeks. It takes me longer than that. Well, guess what? He's whipping through these books like in less than a week now. I'm like, okay. Well, so much for not being able to read a book. But we had several days where we stayed in. And I'm in here trying to do this stuff. And he's got nothing to do because he doesn't have a lot of hobbies. He does a lot of paint by numbers. And he's done some beautiful ones. They make some really nice paint by numbers for adults. But Michaels carries them, by the way, if you're wondering. And, oops. And so I don't think one is going to cover this. So I'm going to just do this side first. This is coming out pretty. I'm not going to have enough to go around, but that's okay. Let's start again. So he was sitting there reading his book for like an hour or 2 during the day. So that was good. Sometimes my husband, I love him dearly. We've been together, 49 years now, as I said, on our anniversary, which was, holy cow, almost a month ago now. Where the heck did June go? I want to know that, squirrel. But anyway, see, lost my train of thought because I went off the track. But he can sometimes be like a teenage boy. Like, you have to direct him, like, maybe you should go try and do this, or maybe that needs to be done, or give him a honey-do list. But again, like, who wants to be outside in this weather? Nobody. So he is off visiting our horse today. It was 87% humidity this morning. Do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough for one more. And I looked at him and I said, between the way my stomach's been feeling, it's not my stomach. It's not like I need a bathroom every 5 minutes. It's really bad acid reflux. I don't know. Anyway, one more maybe? Can I get one more out of this? I have two more. I have 2 more petals left. Of course I do. I think I'm gonna be shy one petal, and have to cut a new piece of ribbon for that one petal. Can she do it? Can she do it? Can she do it? Can I make it work? Maybe? And then I'll just stitch the little end down in the back. Oh my gosh, I don't want to have to cut another piece of ribbon just for one. No, I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to play it safe and cut another piece of ribbon. Anyway, we went to the bookstore yesterday, not the bookstore, the library, and he got 2 books. This is a man who said, I can't read a book in 2 weeks because, you know, you have to return them. But you can extend them. If they're not new, you can extend the books, right? And I keep telling him that. I keep reminding him of that. So he's like, oh, yeah. So he doesn't talk like that. He doesn't say anything in response, actually. He's one of those guys. So then you go, did you hear me? Yeah, I heard you. Oh, okay. Well. Let's see. Oops. Come on. This needle might be a little much for this. Yeah, it is. For this ribbon. All right. Let me do it the old-fashioned way. Now I've taken up half the ribbon I cut because I was only going to do 2 more. Right, Martha. I'm going to go up here because I kind of feel like between this one and this one, they're pretty wide. Actually, maybe I should come over here. I'll do this side. Twist the ribbon. And then we've gotten hung up watching Wild at Heart, or binge watching it. We're trying not to watch more than 2 a night because we don't want to run out before summer's over. Because there's just not a whole lot to watch. Of course, the Olympics are coming up. But we don't sit and watch hours and hours of that either, so. And the time difference, because, you know, Paris, America. Ooh, that came out pretty well. This one needs a little tacking down there, but other than that, I think that came out all right. I like it better than this one, to be honest. I kind of like having this pointy part, be on the outside, and having the thicker part be on the inside. And then we're going to do some beading. Alrighty. So I am going to I don't want to pull this really tight, but I'm going to go through this one that I tied off. Maybe I'll go through it. so that I'm sort of connecting the two. And then I'll go through it again. Sort of make me a little knot and just trim that. Hope nobody tugs on these. That one I will take some thread at some point, probably when I'm doing this flower, and tack that down a little. So there's that. All right, that can go in the trash. I might save that just to see what I can do with it. Now, what else? Should I start tacking with you all? Probably not. So after we went to the library in the little town that we go to do all this stuff. Why are you loose? It's a cute little town. It's called Culpeper, Virginia. And the first time we drove through it, I thought, holy moly, we are really, we are living in Hicktown, because we used to live closer to that town than we do now. Now we actually live closer to the little city of Fredericksburg. But anyway, yeah, I like that. I'm going to grab the beads. And then I'll tack when I'm off camera. Anywho's, do I want to use orange beads? Or does that look too fall-like? Or brighten it up. Or add sparkle. Oh, sparkle wins. Sparkle always wins. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom you people out because, wow, you're close. You really wanted to see what I was doing, didn't you? I'm not doing this because I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to throw these down here. I have a thing. Oh, hold on. Yes. Use your sponge, Martha. This is like one of these things that comes with a beading tray. It's like, I don't know. It's like a spongy felt. But they tend to not go as wild if you're careful. Okay. Beading. I probably don't need one that small. These are pretty good. This is a stronger thread. And I think I'm going to use silk. I wonder if the needle, the beads will go through this needle. Yep. All right, we'll just use this needle. Don't ask me what size these beads are. They're probably 8s. I think they get smaller the higher the number. So these are probably 8s, I believe. Okay. So on our way from the post office to a store, shoot. You know what? Ridiculous, Martha. Why are you doing that? Where's this knot? Put that aside. Get a piece of thread that's going to be big enough to do this whole thing. This is silk thread. It's really strong. I mean, can I break it? Yeah, but it's stronger than cotton, I think. And I like to use it for the beading. You could double it, but I'm not going to. Sometimes doubled thread acts up and you get more knots and stuff like that. But I will probably do 2 times the, I'll double thread each bead. Anyway, so what we did was we stopped at the post office. Ow! Which you have to parallel park in front of. Now remember, we're driving a big van, a 21-foot, 10-foot high, 21-foot long, 10-foot high van. Well, typically, if you go to this post office, the parking out front is terrible. It's parallel parking. It's in the middle of a little historic town. And so it's usually quite a challenge. We pulled up There were 2 cars in front of us and like 5 spaces. So we were like, okay. And we went in to ask questions about getting a passport. I have an expired passport. It's expired by a lot of years. 1989. Gosh, that sounds like decades ago. Oh wait, it was. And so I need a new one. And Tony's never had a passport because when we lived in Germany for 9 years over 2 of his tours of duty, we, adjusting light here because my eyes are not the greatest, which reminds me I have to call the eye doctor. Anyway, he traveled on his military ID card. Back then, because he was active duty military, that's all he needed. Now, you need, like, blessing from the government to go anywhere to do anything. So anyhows, we are going to get our passports, we think. But problem is, I have a birth certificate. I've had this birth certificate from the day I was born, when my parents got it. And my birth certificate looks different than my husband's. His is white. Now, he had to order a new birth certificate. I can't remember if it was during or after the worst of COVID. I can't remember why he needed to order it. Anyhow, he needed a new birth certificate. He couldn't find his. Because remember I said, 12-year-old boy? Yeah. Well, he can't find his original. So he ordered a new one. And now you have to go through this company. Well, I say company. This website. And it's like a third party something or other. And you have to get your birth certificate through them. Well, it's going to cost $75 for one birth certificate. It's freaking ridiculous. I remember probably 15, 20 years ago, I had to get my son. He's an adult. Again, boys. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But anyhow, I had to order a new one for my son. Long story. I won't go into details. Trouble in paradise kind of thing. But anyhow. And I remember just, calling the state of Kansas, which is where he was born, because military family, and got him like 2 birth certificates. And I think they were like maybe $10 or $15 each. But still, for certified copies. This website you get on now, they want you to pay $22 for shipping. It says air shipping. It doesn't come by air. Give me a friggin' break. And, yeah, so, that came up the wrong place. I'm really having trouble seeing here. The eye doctor really messed up my left eye when he did my cataract surgery. I'm mad. Anyhow, yeah, so $75, 22 of it for the shipping, and the rest, I guess, is to pay for the birth certificate and the processing. Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Then they say, oh, by the way, New York State is, and they probably say this on every state, is having delays in processing birth certificates. So it's going to take up to 145 days to get your birth certificate. What? God. It's a good thing I don't need it for an emergency. Seriously. It's just ridiculous. I have to stop saying that word because when I say it, my phone thinks I'm saying the other word, where your phone, I don't know if you have an iPhone or not, like I do, but it says, and then you can ask it a question. Yeah, sometimes it does that. But anyhow, I just, I was not in a good mood that I had to do that yesterday. But my birth certificate does not have my parents' names listed on it, and that's one of the requirements. So if I order this birth certificate and then I have to send it into the government, what sense does that make? I don't know if that's what I have to do. I think that's what I read you have to do. But if I have to send it into the government and they lose it, I'm going to be very angry. But anyhow, uh-oh. Come on, Martha. Keep telling my husband we should move to Italy. He's a second generation Italian. And supposedly they have laws where if your grandfather, I think it's grandfather, or great-grandfather, I can't remember, was born in Italy. If anybody lives in Italy, Juisi, I'm sure I said your name wrong and I apologize. But if you're watching, I don't know if you know anything about it. But man, I would go to Italy in a heartbeat. There's somebody we watch that does videos from Italy. She's called Nikki Positano. And there's also Leave Everything and Wander. Luca and Sarah and baby Lucia. But anyhow, the food and the views and holy cow, especially Tuscany. Ugh. Not that we have the money to do that. And not that I could get Tony on an airplane, because I couldn't. I don't like airplanes either. But when Tony got out of the military, he said he was never getting on another plane, and he never did. Never. Oh, stop. Getting wound around things and everything. But yeah, so we went to the post office, and then we had to go to a store to buy a bug light because we have a bug zapper, not a bug light, a bug zapper that we use in the house. It's not one of those real big ones. It's a small camping style one. And when we go camping, when we travel in the van, we don't like to camp. We just have the van for traveling in. And then when we sleep overnight, it's usually in a campground, which I think is terrible. But anyway, it's better than a hotel. But anyhow, so we need to bring a bug zapper because we both get really bad allergic reactions to bug bites. And the bug zapper we got, the last two actually, well, I'm just going to go through those two because that's where the needle went. The part that you plug the plug into to charge it, the part on the bug zapper that you plug into, keeps breaking. It's annoying as anything. So I picked up 2 beads. I'm cheating. I picked up 2 beads. It just goes quicker. Now, can I get the needle through both of them? Nope, doesn't seem so. That's okay. It's in one. Okay, take that out. Oh! Did you see that go flying? Where'd it go? Well, I'll just get another one. I'll have to hunt that bead down. Oopsies. So we got the bug zapper, and by then I was tired because even though it wasn't that hot, it was starting to get quite warm. It was over 80, and I was ready to come home. It was almost lunchtime, which I ended up not eating lunch because as soon as we got home, my stomach got all upset. So, yeah. Oops. Okay, it's not where I wanted it to come out, but that's where it came out. So this needle is a little bit big. It does not, I do better with a smaller needle when I want to place my beads. And I'm making some of these on top of the other beads, like I'm not pulling them tight down to the fabric because I want it to have dimension. There we go. Can you see that? How they're not just all laying flat against the middle of the flower. So they're sort of sticking out from the silk ribbon. The thread is very, very long. Come on. It's time for me to... I've started cheating and I'm only putting double threads through every other one. Okay, well, the husband called. Oh gosh. And of course I was in the middle of filming. I have no clue how many minutes this is going to be. So I finished the beading. I'm just putting a little tacking stitch in here to try and open up this ribbon a little bit because it got pulled too tight up here. But if I can put another tacking stitch down here, I think I can get this to open up. And this yellow silk thread is fine enough and pale enough. Think, yeah, there we go. That worked. There's my flower. What do you think? You like it? All right, tell me what you think. I may not listen to you. Don't be surprised if I get a stubborn streak and say, excuse me. That's not how I want it done. Boy, this has been a wild filming. Excuse me. But, yeah. I like that. I really like it. Okay, so I'll be doing these other flowers here. Just stitching those down with the same thread. And when I come back in the next video, I'll decide what this and this is going to be. And then we're moving on. And I may start tacking some of these down too. Let me know what you think about the little snippet on the side here. I like it. It's growing on me. Yeah, this is what it's going to be. When it's, I don't know if there will be extra things going in here. I also have to stitch all of this, all of it. And I think my plan is to seed stitch all in here to get this to stand out a little more. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's it for now. I hope you all have a great day. Oh my goodness. I think I'm happy with this, with the fence here and the bird and the white lace here. I think that's going to be the way I like it. Yeah. I think I'm just leaving this lace here, nothing over the top of it. The bird will get embellished. My little poem or words will go right here. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And that you are good, and that I'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.